Okay, let's now explore rationalization of the denominators. What do we mean by that? Uh, let's say we have 2 square root of 5. It is not acceptable in the final answer of the problem to have a radical in denominator. So therefore we need to work out the problem, the final answer the way so we will get rid of radical in denominator. This is what we call rationalization. So before that, let's do some drafting on the side. How much is square root 5 squared? That is equal square root 5 times square root 5, yes? That is equal square root 25, yes? And that is equal 5. So which means every time you have square root to radical the squared, also that is equal square root, let me see, square root 5 squared, that is square root 5 squared, right? If we have here also 2, that is equal 5, 2 over 2, which means if you have a square here, right, and square here, 2 and 2, just like here also, 2 and 2, then the clean number will come out 5. So the degree has to be the same. Let me bring another example. Let's say if I have square root 4 squared is 4. Square root 7 squared is 7. Now if I have cubic radical 4, I have to raise to power 3 so I can come 4 out, because it has to be the same. So 3 divided by 3, you get 1. If I have radical degree 7 from 8, so I have to have here 7, so 1/8 would come out. Practically this degree shows how many of them I have to have, so 1 would come out. Here it is, I have 3, I have to raise to power 3. Another example, let's say square root 10 radical 11, so I have to raise to power 11 so I can get 10. Okay, so at this point let's go back to our problem here. So the square root 5, what do we have to do to get rid of square root 5? We can simply square it, right? Which means it will be square root 5 times another square root 5. And because, hold on, and because we are doing change in denominator, so we have to do the same change to numerator. And that is going to be equal, let me provide this line, that is going to be equal to square root 5 over 5. That's it. Next example. Um, 2 square root 16 over square root 9x. So that is equal. Square root 16 is what? 4, right? So 2 times 4. Now let's see what we're going to do here with square root 9x, which means we have to multiply by square root 9x, right? So to get rid of square root, which means we have to do same thing here. And the answer will be 8 square root 9x over clean 9x. Another one. 3 square root 25 over 4x square root 4x. That is equal 3 times 5, right? Square root 4x Well, 4x, let me do this way. Out of 4, 2 will come out, correct? Which will be 2 square root of x. And in this way, we need to rationalize only square root of x, which means square root x, square root x. And that will be equal 15 square root of x. 2 square root x will be simply x. Yes? Let me see what is coming next. Two. No, let me see.